Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to show you a model that I built back in the 90s, and I flew it indoors and I've dug it out the loft. The wings are a little bit spotted with mould, I suppose, and the fuselage is twisted a little bit. It's got no radio gear in it. It was just two-channel rudder and elevator. It was my own design, a tissue just on the top surface of the wing. And from what I can remember, I think it went all right. But anyway, I'll show you the model now. Here's a picture of it. Take it apart, give it a good clean, and fit it back up with new rigging. And I'm not going to spend a penny on it, by the way. I'm going to look through my parts box. I've got some scrap servos, some scrap ESCs, some scrap motors. I'm going to try and coddle it all together and make a flying machine out of it. So we'll see. And then my plan is, weather permitting, to get down to Winnards Perch again this month for their massive indoor flying event, and to see how it goes, along with the little scraps rubber powered model I make. But that's another video. So let's get on with the restoration and see how we get on. Cheers guys. I built this model in the late 90s. It's tissue covered one side. They're a little bit spotty, but they've been in a plastic tub in the garage. Just thinking of a better way to retain the wings, because these stretch over posts, but they seem to have shrunk over the years, and the wings, they're like guitar strings when they're done up, which is far too much stress. So I'm thinking of replacing those. A dirty splodge under there. See if I can shift it from underneath, because I can press on the tissue. I think it is grubby underneath actually. I can press on the tissue against the table, so I haven't ripped any yet. It's filth, but it's kind of like a slow fly indoor type model. So I just thought I'd see if I can't, oh dear, clean it. It's been up in the loft for this loft for 5 years. Look at the filth on it, and there is a colour under there, and I was thinking I might be able to sort of get it going, but it's been very lightly doped, so it is taking a little bit of water, so without too much distraction I'll show you the difference. What about that? That's unbelievable, isn't it, actually? Don't think even I can believe that. So it shows potential. It's looks like it's like 10mm or 3/8 balsa spar at the top, and this is all pre-carbon dates. I mean, it's like I say, I think it's about 25 years old. It's the Harvey Rubber Company. Look, the wheels. I was mad back then. And the wings plug into these aluminium tubes. This is all pre-carbon, and the servos sit in here, and there's closed loops. Find a pair of servos to sit in there, and a little battery. Okay, I'm feeling rather pleased with myself, guys, because I've gone through my scrap box and I'm using up lots of scrap pieces. I've got a old Spectrum receiver with satellite. I found 2 servos from a scrapped aeroplane. I've got a speed controller. I don't know where that came from, but it works. I've had to make up a little adapter, because I've got lots of 2S batteries, but they've got this little JST connector on the end. And I found this motor. I've tried it on 3S and 2S, but I want to run it on 2S because I've got lots of these 2S batteries, and I want to keep it light, so it seems to run okay on 2S as well, which is probably better. What have I done? I've tested everything's working now. The motor is this little one here. It has got writing on it actually. It's actually a 2205/15, and it's a GWC. So what I've done, I'm going to mount that one there, look, just like that. And I've made a little circle on the front, and I've just cut these 4 little brackets which I just glued in with CA, but I'm going to fix them in with epoxy, and I'm also going to put a piece of carbon down there just to try and give it a little bit of strength in case I bump it. I've just been fiddling around with some Velcro and cable ties. So what I've done, I've got cables tucked up crudely, got a satellite up there under the wing, and just cable tied. Got the motor screwed on. Propeller will go on there like that. Plenty of ground clearance, and the epoxy's dry on there, so that should be pretty good. So she's getting there, so now I'm just going to play with the wings and get the tension right on the support straps, and should be ready. The elevator pulls itself up on rubber bands, so the servo pulls it down and the bands pull it up. Don't ask me why I did it that way, but still, there you go. So she's ready to go. So it'd be interesting to see how she performs indoors or outdoors on a very, very calm day. So the rigging, I suppose you might be interested. The rigging, put that there. It's on the post, but they just got a knot through the end, and it just pulls itself tight and pulls the wing into position, so it's supported 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top, so sort of functional rigging because the wings are a bit whippy otherwise. Yeah, there we go. So if you're as excited as I am to see how this one performs indoors, hit the little subscribe button and check out the join button down below if you want. I'm going to crack on now with the Mercury 4 and put this to one side for the next week or 2 until we're ready to go on down. See you in the next video. Cheers.